Okay, I'm going to talk about the 2021 release of the Batman. That's a trailer, official teaser trailer, or official trailer. Anyway, it is awesome. I love it. Okay, I love how it doesn't give you too much, but it gives you a premise. It gives you at least an idea what the story's about, but it doesn't give you too much stuff. I'm sold. I'm not going to see another trailer of this film unless I want to, but I'm completely sold. I'm going to see this movie when it comes out, or if it comes straight to digital, and if depending on if the COVID-19 virus is still affecting movie theaters. Point is, I'm definitely going to see it in this life because it looks like the Batman film, live-action Batman movie I always wanted for a solo Batman movie. It's basically how I would have, done it. I like how the suit looks like it was handmade, but it still looks like the iconic. It still has the elements of the iconic Batman look. Like has I like how the armor is it's not black, but it's gray, and also it's gray and black, this suit. And I love I think this is my favorite Batman mask that he used that's made in the film, because it looks like it doesn't look like I like how certain like in the comics his armor doesn't protect his whole body, okay? This is more of a faithful towards that part of the comics. While Ben Affleck's Batman looks more like the comics, both Batman, I feel like his armor is too much. Like, there's no weak points in the armor. You can tell it looks like the chest is the only part that is protecting him. It looks like that's the only armor in there. Other than that, the shoulders look. If he shoots, it looks because in the comics he actually uses a little trick because he had armor built into his chest when he made the costume. This is chest part. The rest is pretty vulnerable and can hurt him. So I like him. The thing is, the reason why I like this more than Ben Affleck, because it's more true to the design. Instead of the whole him being all armor head to toe, which I feel like that's cool, but it's kind of boring at the same time, because because you can't be intense in the moment. You can't be scared in the moment when Batman feels outnumbered, when it was guns and stuff. I mean, sure, he can beat all of them all, but unless when it was Ben Affleck's Batman, I was disappointed with his costume, not this design, but how much armor it has. Like, it has armor in his head, and I know this because his mask is armor, because someone shot him in the head and the balls bounced right on it from his head, and that was just annoying him, and he kept on fighting. It's just, I don't want to see an all armored Batman, okay? I want to see a Batman who has a bulletproof chest, but everything else is flesh and that can be penetrable. Because I feel like that makes it more, that gauges you and me, not just as a Batman fan, but gauges you as a general audience to root for Batman and to win the fight. And it makes you scared for him. Scared that he might, one of these days maybe he won't win the fight and die in the fight. It's a scary thought, and you don't want that to happen. So the fact that, and I like how this Batman is in the trailer is the Batman I wanted to see on the big screen. Sure, he not only he kicks ass, but he actually we do see him getting his ass handed to him a little bit in some scenes in the trailer. And, and I like that he's hunting the Riddler. Riddler's going to be obviously the main bad guy, and, well, a bunch of rogues galleys is going to be in this Batman film. I hear Joker's not going to be in, but he's going to be hinted at, and they're going to set up the Joker in this film, but he's going to be a villain in the sequel, and also possibly the third one, if there is a third one. So that's why I hear. I just hope it's a good Joker, not like we got with Heath Ledger or Jared Leto. God, those Jokers were my worst nightmares come true. They just sucked. Took any of the excitement I had for that character and just butchered him like a pig on a farm. Those actors that play the Joker, they're not the Jokers, they're posers that thinks they're the Joker and just dresses like him. Not fully embracing the Joker's identity, the clown prince of crime. So, yeah, I like the line in the show when Batman is in some sort of explosion, he's in the air, and this monologuing that Riddler says, I guess he's going to say to Batman at some point in the film, and he wants to play a game with him, just him and Batman, and so his riddle is, if you are justice, what is the price for your blind eye? And then next thing you know, like next thing you know, he's in this next thing you know, we see Batman and this a group of bad guys go up against this, and they're laughing like he's a joke with part of the way he dresses, and thinks that he's not intimidating or anything. So one goes up against him, and he just beats the shit out of him really fast, and he has ninja-like reflexes, which that is one thing that Ben Affleck has, ninja-like reflexes, but I wasn't big on him killing because it's less comic book accurate, and I'm a big comic book Batman fan from Batman character from the comics. I think he's so interesting and tortures soul. And I felt like, not that Ben Affleck wasn't a torture soul, I felt like he wasn't tortured enough so. This Batman comes across as the perfect level of a tortured soul. And struggling to find his way in darkness. And I hear that Matt Reeves took inspiration from The Long Halloween and Batman Year One, and that shows. Very shows in this trailer. Good job, Matt Reeves. Good job, Robert Pattinson. I believe you're Batman. I'm going to say this. I had faith in you, but you blew me away with my expectations that I had high expectations for you, and you shot those expectations up with bazooka of awesomeness. Confetti of awesomeness. So, I like how I was gonna say, I love how he beats up this guy with ninja style reflexes, and then he delivers this line, because he's like breathing heavy, and then he says, "I'm vengeance," which makes me wonder: is he going to say his catchphrase he's never said in any adaptations, not in any animated movies? Well, he did say it one time in the Kevin Conroy animated show, but Kevin Conroy never said it in a movie or with that Batman. But I'm wondering, is he going to say, "I am vengeance, I am the night, I am Batman," like he did, because that's his catchphrase? Because I would so want that to happen. But maybe I think I have a feeling that they are going to do it. But they're going until the movie comes out, you're going to get small. That's all you're going to get is I'm Vengeance. I think the reason why, because they don't want to spoil you too much, was the big reveal that he said his catchphrase from the comics, because it wouldn't be as exciting. So I give this trailer a 10 out of 10. It gets my full attention. This movie's got my full attention. I love these cast that plays these characters. I also like how they made Colin Farrell look like the Penguin, fat and chubby, and was a bit. Then he made extended his nose. It was made him bald a little, and I was like him. I like that design. I like how he looked like classic Penguin. I was kind of a little worried that they wouldn't let him look like Colin Farrell, which is handsome. And I'm sorry, but I wouldn't want to see handsome Penguin. Penguin's not supposed to be handsome. Now, I could deal with him if they want to make him skinny. Yeah, okay, I'll deal with that because I liked him skinny on Gotham, but he still wasn't exactly handsome. Like how he carried himself, how he walked, how he talked. He talked and acted like the Penguin on Gotham. So I'm surprised that they went this route to make him look like the Penguin. I didn't know that. I wasn't expecting that. So kudos. And I really like the design on my favorite designs in the trailer is Batman. Top 3 is Batman, Penguin, number 2. Number 3, Jim Gordon. And number 4 is the Riddler. And number 5 is Catwoman. What? She was my least favorite design. I like this design. I thought it was cool. And I liked how you saw... I like how this, I like how you got a little glimpse of Catwoman toying with Batman and a fight scene. I like kind of hinting at the relationship that they'll have down the road. So that I liked also. I also like the riddles that he left behind for Batman. Those I like. They was kind of like. They were made like if a 5th grader was a serial killer made them. As in a child made them. Because Riddler, in all the conversation, all of them, he always writes his, riddles like a 5th grader. Leaves them like a 5th grader. But here, it's more of a psychotic 5th grader that has serious mental issues. And possibly a serial killer. 5th grader riddles. That's the only. So yeah, he still writes them like a child. He still gives riddles like a child, but it's now a psychotic serial kill child. He gives off for riddles. And I really like the color green. I thought the color green was perfect. It looked unique. I like the natural looking colors that because the colors grain doesn't really look like color grain. It looks like it was shot on film, but you can tell. I mean, every film uses color grain, so I can tell it's color grain. But how it looks all the colors look beautiful and natural with dim lighting and to give you that corrupt environment that Batman's living. And I love how the movie feels like it's a horror film. Gotham City, the environment that Batman's in, it feels like a horror environment. Yes, finally! We got a live-action Batman that captures what it's like to be in that god-forsaken city, Gotham. In live action. Sure, it's only a brief... I like Ben Affleck's Gotham, but it just felt like a little bit like it didn't feel like a dark, it didn't feel like a horror city, a actual living breathing horror city, but more like a living horror breathing city that's from cartoons. This feels like it's the real deal from the comics, and they feel like this one feels like it won't hold back with the horror element because it will go out all over the place with the horror element, and I like that because it idolizes why the world needs a Batman, why the city needs a Batman, for Batman to like clean up all of this. Clean up the horror show as a hero. And I hope this Batman doesn't kill. That better not kill. This Batman better not kill. Do not disappoint me, Robert Pattinson, or you. What's his name? The director. You made the Planet 8 movies, the remakes. I love them. I have a bit of a brain fart right now, so I forgot. But yeah, you got Matt Reeves. You don't make Batman a killer. Do not make the same mistake Zack Snyder did, okay? Because the first impressions are everything. For first impressions, first movie, whatever you do, do not let Batman kill people, or do not let him let people die, because that is very out of character for him. Unless, if you want to have him killed, save it for the sequel, and there has to be a psychological reason why he's thinking like that. And then maybe you can just have him kill in one film, and just, if you want to have him kill, just have him kill in one film, make that the sequel to this. But it can't be it can't be like because he wants to do it. It has because he thinks that this is the right way to go about this vigilante stuff, and this is the only way he has to think. But it has to make him snap, and we can't see that off screen, like Batman v Superman when it was Ben Affleck's. So we saw off screen, we saw a Robin costume and we assumed that that's why Batman was killing people, right? But if we're going to do something like that, show it. Show the events of Batman going to Batman hero losing himself. Show it. I'm not against with Batman killing, but it has to be done perfectly. It has to be executed perfectly. And in Batman v Superman, it was not executed perfectly at all. Because it didn't show what made Batman kill in the first place. It didn't look, it leaves little clues and hints there, but that's not enough. You need to give us the full scoop of the ice cream and have a flashback of why he's doing this. Because it just it's hard to root for him, you know? I mean, the ones in the past have gone lucky, but I'm saying that's just pure luck, they gone lucky that we have room for him. Like, let's say Christian Bale, he let someone die, Ra's al Ghul. That was a mistake. That was out of character for Batman. That wasn't Batman or Bruce Wayne. Batman wouldn't let someone die. He is too compulsive when it comes to this stuff. He is compulsive with, he is, no one knows, and everyone seems to have gone, that Batman's obsessive compulsive when it comes to crime fighting and his moral ethics. Like, he won't compromise his moral ethics at all. Unless you make him unless you do something to make him snap. Then that would work, but you know, I'm glad I talked about this, so I hope you're watching this, Matt Reeves, and you too, Rob Patterson. But if you do not let him kill or let people get killed in the trilogy you make, or more, if you make it more than a trilogy, I would be perfectly fine with that. But if you want to make him, but and if you want to continue making him a more darker hero, as the films goes on, you want to make him a darker hero. But maybe what made it more interesting that he becomes a more darker mind. His mind becomes more darker and messed up. But what made it interesting is that you do not let him kill, because it shows that there's still that 8-year-old boy is still in him. Because I feel like when you let Batman kill, he's becoming his enemies. He's becoming Joker. He's becoming Penguin. He's becoming everything he has fought against. And don't bullshit me on this saying, well, Batman should kill. Fuck you. I don't want to hear it. I don't. You're going to listen to me. Because Ben Affleck killed that 8-year-old boy. Michael Keaton killed that 8-year-old boy. Christian Bale killed that 8-year-old boy. Val Kilmer, George Clooney killed that 8-year-old boy. Why? Because they're the same Batman that Michael Keaton did. They're ex-murderers, but still ex-murderers. And here's what, when you kill the 8-year-old boy inside of Batman, that is the real Bruce Wayne. The 8-year-old boy is the real Bruce Wayne. What's left of him. Outside, now the real person is, now a lot of people say, well, Batman's the real person, not Bruce Wayne. Wrong. It's actually a little more complicated. You see, Batman is the real person, but Batman is Bruce Wayne because the Batman is the grown-ass, angry 8-year-old of Bruce Wayne, symbolically. When he puts, now, when he's out of costume, he's really a broken soul. 8-year-old boy Bruce Wayne. But when he's Batman, when he puts on that mask, when he puts on that gadget, the cape, that's the 8-year-old boy Bruce Wayne staying alive the best way he can the best way he knows how, and coping with his parents' death the best way he knows how, by being the best part of himself the best way he knows how. Sure, it might be a little extreme, but it's what works for him. Batman, okay. But so basically, when you look at Batman, he's not a damaged soul. He's not a broken soul. He's a damaged soul because of he saw a gun his parents gunned down, and he has that 8-year-old boy is not dead. He's just angry and doesn't want to kill, but he wants to take his anger out on peoples of Gotham, the corrupt souls of Gotham. So he becomes Batman. But when he's Bruce Wayne, takes off the mask, he's just a hollow shell of himself, because he feels like he doesn't feel more than halfway real without Batman. He needs Batman to feel full, to feel like he has purpose still, to feel like he can still go on living. So, the suit doesn't make Batman Batman. Bruce Wayne makes him Batman. With or without the suit. Whenever he decides, when he's in or out of the suit as Bruce Wayne or in the suit as Batman, whenever he decides that it's time to lay down the law to these criminals that are corrupt and just won't learn, that's where he needs to step up, and Bruce Wayne needs to step up and put on his adult face because his 8-year-old, he actually, that 8-year-old inside is still alive, and it's not, the 8-year-old hasn't fully grown. It's just confused and sad and traumatized. Batman is literally a 8-year-old boy in a grown man's body, filled with anger, because and filled with pain. So he puts on Batman, and he finds peace in that. Batman is the only thing that lets him find peace in his pain, by taking down criminals that reminds him of Joe Till. But he doesn't want to kill because he doesn't want to become like Joe Till. Not because he doesn't have it in him. He does have it in him, but he doesn't want to become what he's fought against, because it would be too fucking easy. That's Batman from the comics, the real Batman. I saw him Lego Batman, and Mask of the Phantasm, those hit theaters, and I saw him until he let Ra's al Ghul die in the third act of Batman Begins. I could have sworn that was real him, but I was wrong.